In today's lesson, we're going to talk about absolute values. So what are absolute values? Well, they're a function that results in a distance from zero. They're always positive. Let's take the number -7. If we take the absolute value of -7, it gives us +7. So therefore, absolute values are a function with an output. Let's take a look at our first example. The absolute value of 3. Well, the distance of 3 from 0 is just 3, as we can see here on this number line. However, there is another number that is also 3 units away from 0, and that's the -3. So if we take the absolute value of -3, it also gives us 3. Okay, both are 3 units away from 0. Now let's take a look at an equation dealing with absolute values. The absolute value of x plus 7 equals 13. Now, when it comes to solving for an absolute value equation, we're going to essentially write down the first equation without the absolute values, because that's the positive case. Well, what if the inside was -13? We also need to take that into account. So we'll write that down here. Now, we're first going to take care of the positive case and solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. That's going to give me that x is 6. Now, if I put it on a graph, it looks something like that. Now let's take care of the negative case. I'm still going to subtract 7 from both sides. And that's going to give me -20. So let's look and see where it's at on the graph. If you notice, the distances of each red dot from 0 are different. One is 20 units away, while the other is 6 units away. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, you said that absolute values are going to give you the same distance from 0. Pretty much true. However, we've shifted the solutions, which is what we have here. In the first example, we had no variables, we just did the absolute value of a number. And that made it equidistant from 0. Well, in this case, if I was to take these two red dots and shift them 7 to the right, like so, I would now notice that they are 13 units each from 0. So now they are equidistant from 0 and fit that definition I gave earlier.